Connect. It says we're live. Namaste and happy new moon. Our black star jaguar and Bass, the ultimate healer from Egypt, the other aspect of Sekhmet. She's a pure healer. She's a black cat. And our black jaguar medicine woman here, Akasha. Welcome, welcome. And we're here on our new moon. And we've been weaving with the ethers to make the internet work. We have temporada here where I live on the beach in the Yucatan. It is high season, it's summer season. So in the little fishing village I live in that normally has almost literally no one on the beach, we have a full town and a fair. And so last night we had not a power outage, but a power low voltage where it only would keep on maybe 2 light bulbs for most people. We have a solar system, yay, with a battery. However, certain things don't work with that. And this morning we woke up to the internet not working. So my beautiful Chris is working his magic as usual. And I knew we would be together today. So thank you for being here with me. I have no more. Thank you, my loves. I have no more head bandage. I do have a bunch of stuff over my ear. I had ear surgery, eardrum replacement, I guess. It's pretty intense. And in the next 2-week phase of healing. So I'm very pleased I got to go to the beautiful doctor yesterday. And what we're doing today is that I get to be here. I was hoping I would feel good enough, and I do, to play with the full moon. So I'm going to give you a little spiritual weather report. Hi, Tiffany. And then we're going to dive into a ritual and a meditation to take advantage, to grasp onto. Isn't it funny how immediately I had this like, oh, don't say take advantage, because we see it through that patriarchal mindset of take, control over, take, power over somebody, and then taking advantage of them. And the truth is, one, well, there's no victims, but we won't get into that story right now. The bigger truth that I was going to point out was take advantage of what you have. You have a few moments together before someone, leaves for college, or there's a divorce, or someone's moving to a new place, or someone's moving to a new life, or you're leaving a job, or when there's Mercury Retrograde and you're frustrated because everything seems to be too slow and you have to go back and redo things, and you're being reminded of things and you're reviewing things, right? So instead of fighting with the moment and arguing with where you are, I always teach acceptance. And I had a lot of different words for it through the decades that I've been doing this. Excuse me. And in the process of finding that winding path of wisdom, finding the path that's guiding you forward in your life to what you think that you're here to do. And it's rarely what you really think. It could be, of course, in the field that you think. However, how it's going to unfold, who's going to be a part of it, what you think it should be, all of that has to be surrendered, or you're going to just struggle in your own paradigm like a house of mirrors. In the house of mirrors, you keep seeing the reflection of what you don't want because you're thinking about what you don't want. And you think you're working on not having it and creating something new. And you could be. However, what is your inner conversation? I read an ancient text recently that said something like, the inner voice always wins. So there's the duality that we live in. We're in a body, and we are a divine being. We're in a body, and we're in the physicality, the third dimensional world that we're aware of, while becoming aware of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and who knows what dimensions. And so the opportunity right now is to leave behind doing things the way that you've always done them. And especially if you're really attached to your sense of entitlement or something not being fair, feeling like a victim generally, being addicted, craving that this end and this start, and this person stop being that, and this person start doing this, or basically wanting anything different. It sounds counterintuitive. Always find it interesting when muggles use that word. It sounds counterintuitive because the joke is they don't typically believe in intuition, but they're saying, well, this might sound counterintuitive, but we should do it, which means it sounds against your natural intuitive self, which many people still deny. Well, we're here to dive into it, to live with it, to love it, to embrace it, to let it be not just our sister or our partner or a friend or our guide or a mentor or a protector, but to actually have a space where we are truly living inside of having what we want. So the concepts most people have heard of by now, between The Secret and the many ancient texts that was based on, and the not so ancient texts. I mean, if you were an Alice Bailey person or Jane Roberts, the what is it called? The Nature of Personal Reality. All the words were going like this in a big little melange, because when you get into the sacred feminine, divine, intuitive side more than the masculine side, which is holding space, even when you're in there, it's hard to do logical, linear, mathematic type things. It's more easy to be in that creative flow, which you can see that I'm already in for you. So creating this, came home yesterday, very long day, 12-hour day in town, doing some of this, had to sit for a few hours afterwards. Was very sick to my stomach from having the stitches out and some other things. But every moment was an opportunity to be fully present where I was. And then I had a choice. So here's your choice. Here's your magic. Your magic is to say, do I give in to what I don't want and notice it and think about it, or feel frustrated that I was doing good, but now I'm not, or feel frustrated that, outcomes, results didn't come in the way you wanted, health results, financial results, relationship results, whatever it is. The attachment to wanting things to be a certain way is a form of suffering. It shackles you and you struggle. You define what you want and you release it like a butterfly into the world, and it travels through the realms because it must find its spiritual partner. So the inner voice and the outer voice, or the higher or the lower. So the lower voice or that inner voice is what you're saying all day, what you're thinking all day. Now, when you're in a state of frustration, which is common, exhaustion, frustration, wanting something, getting sick, feeling better, not feeling better, so on and so forth, you are usually consumed by it. It's harder to walk separate from it, next to it, observe it, acknowledge, accept it, but not live in it. And yet that is exactly what we must do. Constantly be in a state of acceptance means to be constantly in a state of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't work. It isn't a job. It isn't a duty. It isn't a religious way to beat yourself up. The minute you forgive yourself and everyone and everything, and you don't have to go through all time. Let's just take one day. You come home today, you think about what happened today, and you're upset with something. Oh, that wasn't very nice. That person did this. And I wish this person had been like that. And I dropped something on my foot. Seem to have done a lot of that this summer. And then what happens is you're in that space of creating from what you don't want, what you're noticing, what you're being frustrated by. And what is frustration? It's striving for something, it's wanting something, it's disappointment that you can't have it, or that you almost had it, or that you're going to have it one day. And here's the key to granting your own wishes. You have to stop the mindset, even the more advanced one that we have come to, of I'm going to think positive. I'm going to think about what I want. I want to feel healthy. I do a visualization and think about being healthy, but I say, I'm going to be healthy. I am moving towards being healthy. One day I will be healthy. I'm deciding to get ready to choose to be healthy. And the magic is being inside, not outside. So it's what I'm coming to call inside out manifesting. It's what we've been taught through the ages, and yet there's a deeper understanding and a simplicity to it that can create transformations instantly. And then how they show up, when they show up, or how long they take to show up in your perception is up to you. Are you willing to see your cancer all gone in the morning, like people are doing, going to certain events and things, doing certain work? Or are you invested in it's going to take hard work, it's going to take time, and I'm probably dying in 3 months? Now, I'm not criticizing anybody who's struggling. Been there, done that, do that, and on. Okay. It's just that I don't see it anymore as something bad. And when I do, it's usually when I'm tired and I have pain of some kind, like surgeries and things that I've been in. And then I notice that I'm like kind of bitchy, and I'm sort of like, oh my God, they only ordered one of these, not two. Now I have to go back and buy another one. Why can't anybody do anything right? Or a client of mine who brilliantly illustrated this trap that we have been told to stay in. And now we're noticing it. So we're getting out. And when we go back in, we don't like it, of being frustrated. And the little girl came up and said, I did it all right. I'm not taking responsibility for that. I didn't do anything wrong. Someone else is going to have to take responsibility for that because I showed up on time and I planned on time and they're the ones that did it wrong. So yes, these things can be true, can be frustrating when things happen that you don't want to have happen, that make things harder, that get in the way, especially when you feel like you're right there, you're about to get that client, you're about to get the payday, you're about to be healed, you're about to something, and you're so set on that result. But where is that result? Where is that moment in time? Where is that timeline? How do you want to perceive that time? Where is it? Take a look. Thank goodness for notifications that I usually bitch about. It told me my mic was muted. Where are you? What does that mean? The truth is we've learned a lot of manifesting tools and law of attraction tools and positive thinking tools, and more of the ancient mysteries are rising up. And I'm very happy about that because I went off searching for them and learned them in schools around the world for many decades before the internet and so on. And so now there's a plethora of information. And now it's about discerning. Is this the right information? Does the person it's coming through have the intentions that I resonate with? Am I interested in learning from greed and magic and power over and ego building? Or am I interested in learning from surrender and peace and present moment truth and grandmother wisdom? And it's not that one and the other are different. They're two sides of the same thing. So it's like 0 to 100 on a thermometer. Everything is one thing. So what you don't have and you do want is all one thing. And another mastermind member said that, and it was just so brilliant that I immediately I see energy. So I saw the visual of what she was saying, and it was actually an infinity symbol, and it was floating out here in front of her heart, in front of her solar plexus. And she said something, I want to remember, almost see if I can see the words exactly what she said, because it was so brilliantly. What I want, I don't know how to get. That was the essence of it. I think I might have a little bit different words, but it's okay. We understand the essence of it. So remember that you've entered into the Infinity Healing Chamber. Both that's an energetic, multidimensional. This is a dimensional doorway. Whenever you come with me in person or online, you come into a new dimension. And I'm a fairy godmother, fairy goddess mother. And that means that time and space do not mean anything to me. And when you train with the mysteries or with Thoth or with shamans and stuff, you travel time and dimensions all the time. You can go back, you can go forward, you can revise something, you can bang your wrist and then immediately visualize yourself 2 minutes ago. Back, I call it back up, back up, back up. I tell myself back up, back up, back up. And I refuse to see and acknowledge what I'm seeing in the moment. Now, if I just chop my hand off, I'm getting an ambulance. Okay. So don't be stupid with this stuff, right? You are a physical body with a divine multidimensional spiritual being that is waking up now to being who you are, not playing at being or wishing you could be who you are, but being inside of having, being, doing, thinking, deciding from it. So what would you think? What would you decide? What would you do? What would you choose? Who would you talk to? How would you change your schedule during your day? How would you change what you dress, what you listen to, how much time you spend with certain people? Would you change the job you're at, the place you live? Would you go on a vacation or take time alone when you never would before? What is being like if you already had your wish right now? So whether you call it a dream, a goal, a desire, depends on how you relate to it. When we want something, it's okay. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Sherry. Hi, tag. Probably I'm saying it wrong. So, my wish is for a divine loving partner. I know it's coming. Perfect, Sherry. I hope you don't mind me using you as an example in a second. Oh my, the bitchy death happens when I'm sleepy. My goo, the value of sleep. It's it's really not something that I live in much. Yeah, I have to not be a liar though, you know. I want to be truthful to myself and say, yeah, sometimes I betray myself. Sometimes I go into the bitch and then I'm bitching about people who are being a bitch and I'm like, "Oh my god, I judge that and then I'm being that." Okay? Well, what if you judge or notice, let's call it, that loving partner, right, Sherry? And I'm sure you're already doing this, right? Everybody knows how to do this now. You know, make a description of what you want, create visuals, do mental rehearsal. Oh, what it would be like if I woke up with this person. What would it be like to sit on a beach? What would it be like to recover from a sickness with this person next to me? What would it be like to wake up and see them on the pillow next to me? What would it be like to have their touch, to talk, fascinating conversations all morning to your favorite coffee or all evening to your favorite, herbal tea? I don't know, right? What is it? And yet how much do you surrender and let yourself dream it? How much do you surrender into the magic and let it happen? Well, we all have inner gates, inner doorways, shackles, prisons that have said through time and space, and we're the ones that made them. So this is where we get to stop judging others and ourselves and stop blaming something outside of ourselves. Where is that solution? Where is that authority? Where is that teacher? Where is that special word that's going to solve this? When will it happen? When will it happen? When will it happen? When will it happen? I've decided it's going to happen in 3 months. It's almost over. Oh, right when I got to those 3 months, something happened, and now it's another 3 months out. Now I'm frustrated again. Time and space only exist inside of a structure, inside of you. So you and I have chosen to walk along together at this particular moment in the 3D. Ooh, yay. Thank you so much for being here. And yet, what I really want is to hold your hand while we're skipping together in this beautiful new moon, because the darkness of this new moon is in Leo. And the sun is in Leo. So we've got double Leo, which is double fire, which is positive, fun in the sun, play, go out there. So much confidence, so much self-love. But there's two sides to it. Can be the overbearing, chest banging, masculine confidence. Well, I'm better than you, and I got my NLP words to say it, and I got my special posture, and I'm going to look down on you with my judgment, and you're going to feel like this, and I'm going to own the world, Or there's the side that is the brave and courageous heart. Well, if your heart was brave and courageous, what would you do with it right now? Would you start having that loving partner? Would you start having that retreat to Avalon? I have many people manifesting the trip to Avalon. And the trip to Avalon involves many different gates to walk through, right? So you have to, I'll share it while I'm talking about it as an example, because it's fascinating. I honest no lie. It's crazy how many people over the years have manifested $5,000 or whatever they needed to come to one of my retreats. One lady, basically homeless, did it 5 times. And why is that possible? Because they wrinkle time. They don't believe that it's going to take that much time. They wrinkle it and the two parts of time touch. They put themselves into having it. So what I show you, what I guide my mastermind, my prosperity magic mastermind, and my classes and the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp through is be in the end result. So otherwise you get tangled in the mire of how's it going to happen? Am I doing it right? And did I do enough today? And what other course and solution is out there? What other concoction, what other crystal do I need? What other symbol do I need? And I love all that. Okay, so none of this is criticism. But if it's outside of you, it's outside of you. If it's inside of you, it's inside of you. And then you're creating from the inside out instead of from the outside in, which is chasing. I'm going to have it. It is coming. One day it'll be here. And then many people even know to say, I am. Well, I am is the ultimate. I am is consciousness. Okay. I am is God and God is consciousness. So you just take that concept that when you say I am, your consciousness, and you're deciding that you're conscious, not consciousness versus subconscious, which is a tiny focus that we're able to have, but consciousness. Okay. Consciousness that you're a creator, that you have powers in this time and other powers and other lives you can access, that you have contracts throughout all the lives you've existed on this planet and others that hold you back or have the power to free you and create amazing things and do amazing things that you already know how to do. So you're selecting, you're choosing, you're sifting through time and space all the time. However, we've been programmed, and most people are stuck inside of the program of always looking at the past or always looking at something is coming. I'm going to get it. And we do achieve it eventually, don't we? Eventually, over a certain amount of time, a few months, a few years, 10 lifetimes, there's an achievement happens. And we were also programmed that this ridiculous concept of Darwin, that, it's accidental and it takes time. And then suddenly somebody just morphs into something better. And there's no law, there's no intention, there's no source, there's no love, there's no intelligence behind it. It's just nonsense. So we don't have to live in Newtonian physics and Darwin evolution. And we have proof around us that evolution is happening so fast, we can't even keep up with it right now. So what are the opportunities right now? Take advantage of them. Okay. Remember where we started. What are you not taking advantage of? This moment isn't going to last. You're going to be older. You're going to be single. You're going to be married. You're going to have kids. You're not going to have kids. You're going to have a busier job. You're going to have no job. Whatever's going to happen next is going to be different. And the new moon is going to turn into a full moon. And then it's going to be an eclipse. And then Jupiter is going to expand Uranus, and all kinds of crazy, unexpected things are going to happen, right? This is the path of being here. But it's only this small, beautiful part of you that is here. And the rest of it is this expanded, incredible being that is designed and schooled and wise and older and scarred and beautiful and everything at once. So if you're both sides of Leo, you could be that big heart, that courageous heart. What can you do to move yourself inside who you will be, who you are, who is the I am? Because the minute you are that, you are that. And then your reality has no choice but to reflect it. No choice. It isn't if I'm lucky. It isn't like if I did it right. It isn't like, oh, I tried 50 times. It isn't like I paid my dues. It isn't like when I'm free of this person, when I lose that weight, when, then, if. Barriers, energetic barriers. Amplify your intuition and get yourself up into the realm where you are designed to live. The doors have flown open, but you're staying in kindergarten while you can just march out into the universe and start attending the colleges that you came from, right? That you have. Manifesting is inside. This woman right here, what is she doing? She's inside of herself, and the light is coming from her. She already has everything, and that light is radiating from her that then draws all the particles, the waves of potential and the particles around her, and then she manifests it in her hands, and now it's the flower of life, and the flower of life has every single sacred geometrical shape within it to create anything you want. Now that power is in her hands. It is in her heart. It is in her crown. She is one. She is aligned. She isn't thinking about when will it happen, or why did it happen, or how much I suffered. And I've said this before, but it's really important to put it right in our faces right now. No amount of suffering is worth anything. It's not worth anything. You don't get gold points. You don't get a gold medal. You don't get a pass to go to the front of the line. And more angels aren't going to show up for you to give you what you want if you've suffered more, if you've given to everyone else, if you stood in the background, let everybody else have it. That's what's called a sin in the Bible. And a sin is not a word I use because of the way that it's been manipulated. You're sinful naturally, and sin, and we really perceive it as something very bad, and then you're a bad person, and then you're walking around thinking you're bad, and that's a form of trauma, which is what we're going to be identifying, noticing, shifting in ourselves and others in the intuition class. And so now, where's your magic? Is it inside you or outside of you? Where's your power? Is it inside of you or outside of you? How can you take Leo courage, Leo heart? Get into your heart. Are you afraid of getting your heart? Was your heart wounded? Was it broken? Was it walled up? Well, it's your choice to do that, and it's your choice to undo that. Let the walls fall down. Go inside, leave the walls up for a while, because your soul is here to be seen. It's here to be awakened. And all of these guides we're going to work with in the classes or in the retreats, these are manifestations of beneficial energies that can also be detrimental if you think that you're not worthy of them, and then you start blaming them, and then you wish they were there, or that they didn't show up, or that they betrayed you too. And that same thing that you're doing to yourself, which is lies and betrayal to yourself, is then turned around and reflected to you in the house of mirrors. And like this lady, she's radiating out and she's staying in so she can then receive. And then she doesn't receive what she said she wanted, because maybe you don't want, oh, I wish I could, get a promotion at this job, when really, you really need to leave that job, that it's not the right thing for you, but you're just so focused on wanting that to happen in that way, in that time. You're wasting energy. You're telling yourself lies. You are being the dual person. The inner voice is winning. The outer voice, the higher voice, the divine of desire, the voice of desire, the voice of the grandmothers, of Kuan Yin, of Isis, of the Jaguar, of who is your spirit guide. All right, you're never alone. It's only our perception that we're not good enough, or that I can't hear them, or that I shouldn't hear them, or some other thing. And yes, there's a lot of energetic stuff in us. It's why I've gone through energy medicine schools and homeopathy schools and hypnosis schools and science and medicine and all kinds of stuff at mystery schools and shamanism, and teaching and writing and teaching and experiencing and opening my doors to be thrown out of my comfort zone. To jump out of my comfort zone. And is it easy? No. Is it fun? Yes, sometimes. Is it hard? Yes, sometimes. Does it hurt? Yeah, sometimes. Is it absolute pure ecstasy? Yeah, sometimes. And that's the way it is, and it's the way it always was. And the minute that you just say, okay, that's what is and that's what was, and I'm going to, yes, you want to say, I would like to go here, but let's say you're in a mall and you look at the map and you're saying, I'm here, but I don't know where I want to go. So what good does this map do me? Well, if the map tells you the options, so if you wrote down your options, loving partner, raise at work, new job offer, effortlessly manifested, amplify my intuitive sensors, connecting and walking with my spirit guides every day, loving, supportive environment, people, loving myself and accepting myself, going on the retreat, whatever it is, okay? If you have that, then you could be like in choice. Well, I like them all. What happens next? But but I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't know how. I've tried and it hasn't worked. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Now becomes a big, big black wall or a big shadow. They're showing me it's more like a shadow. So the reason we go into sacred places like this is because we need to leave our ordinary lives. It is so dense with what we've been living, what we've been thinking, what we've been believing, the people we've been doing things with the same way we've been doing them. And that includes your spiritual practice. If you're doing the same thing you've done for 50 years or 2 years or 2 months, and it's not jazzing you, it's not bringing you into a feeling of where you are having on the inside already, you're living it, you're doing it, you're thinking it. So there's more than just it's coming, I feel better, I feel good about myself now. That's one phase of moving in a linear fashion towards having a loving partner. Oh, I used to not be able to say I love myself. Then I realized if I can't love myself, how can someone else love myself? And then I wanted a partner that looked like this and did that. And then I surrendered that to saying I would like a partner that is optimal for me because I don't have a frigging clue what that's like. And I'm ready for that next new, beautiful, open, amazing pathway to unravel for me. And then you move to a path where you realize, oh, you know what? I'm doing the same thing and I'm thinking the same way and I'm staying in the same habits and I'm not changing anything in my life while inwardly asking over and over, when is it going to happen? Where is it? Where is it? So courage is an important thing. It's a power state. It's the first power state. It's the first time energies start to work for you instead of feeling like they're very heavy and you have to force your actions, your beliefs. Okay. And so what happens in this time? Well, what happens is that you take the progress, that's great, but you don't have to take that amount of time. So with the new moon in Leo and the sun in Leo and this beautiful feminine energy we're going to dive into right now, we have an opportunity right now. We need to take advantage of this opportunity right now. So we're going to step into that confidence of Leo. And that confidence is not forced confidence. I would prefer to call it self-acceptance. It's often called positive ego. And everything has two sides, and you need to have a personality or you just be sitting on the side of the road like this your whole life. You need to have things I want, I like, I do. I used to become very Zen. I learned Zen principles and let go of desire altogether. And then I had to go through certain things to realize that was one extreme. This is another extreme, feeling powerless, that I can't do anything, see anything, go anywhere, have anything or whatever. Well, then that's what I'm manifesting. However, when I go and I say, okay, I'm already in the chalice well, I'm sitting in the chalice well, I'm there with my circle that are coming with me. We're standing in the circle, we're standing around the well. I can smell the cool morning air. We have our private time here. I can feel the life force coming from this sacred place and all the pilgrims who've come here through so much time. I can sense Gaia's energies moving beneath me in the waters from this well that has just gushed 24/7 for so long. And I drink from the water and it tastes a little bit rusty, but I feel the energies of it, the sacredness of it, the program of it. And before I do, I take the sacred water, but I hold it and I let my wishes, because I am now having it. What does it feel like from here to have the healing from this water? Is it going to heal my body? Is it going to heal my blood? Is it going to heal my finances? Is it going to heal my love relationships? Is it going to heal my fears? Which is the only thing keeping any of those in place. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Do you hold someone's hand? Are you holding your heart? Are you taking deep breaths? Do you hear my voice guiding you into our private meditation when we're here? Or some pictures of the chalice well for you to enjoy there on the left. Or when we go to have our private time, and we're going to go to both these places several times, so that's the cool part. However, we have one day where we get private access, which is not easy to get, by the way. So for just our group. So if you're having this retreat, if this is your desire, if it's coming to you, it's always going to be coming to you. If one day you'll get it, if you change the verbiage from one day I'll go to, nope, this is the time, I'm going now. How do I do it? That's okay. But then you go, it's going to happen. It's going to happen whenever day. It's over there. I can feel it. I can start to feel it. You have to skip all of that wrinkle time and jump into having. inside out. You need to be there, manifesting, broadcasting back to you here instead of the other way around, where you're broadcasting from here, trying to get something. When you're in Leo consciousness, you're standing in the fire, but that fire is a big, bright bonfire that is like, ooh, strong and radiant, right? And it's self. So this is your conscious self. This is your gold self. And the gold ray has everything else in it. So now you have manifested these flowers of life, and those are tools of power that hold everything in it to create. And the sun holds the gold rays, which holds every other ray of creation. And you are the sun, and you are radiating the sun. And you connect now to the sun and the great central sun and your great central sun chakra number 12 and your solar plexus. And suddenly you are the light, and you have the power, and you have the energy. And what you wished for is manifesting around you. And as you feel it more, it becomes gel, and it's going out from you. And now you're broadcasting it. And here you are over here saying, I have it now. I am there now. I'm feeling it. I'm touching that. I'm walking into the Tor, into the Isle of Avalon. I'm walking into those white springs. I can feel the darkness, the coolness. I can hear the waters trickling. I begin to see the different altars to God, Goddess, Mary Magdalene, and all in this ancient, or well, it wasn't ancient, it's like made in the 1800s, I think, these brick halls. It's basically a man-made cave right inside. And the white spring, the partner to the red spring, is flowing. And these two are bringing sacred feminine, sacred masculine. They're bringing Gaia energy. They're bringing renewal energy. They're bringing connection. They're bringing memory. They're bringing a chance to gestate, put something into an amniotic sac, like a new thing. And here we are in the new moon. So you start to say, I'm there now, and I'm in this new moon. And what do you do with that water? You plant those seeds, those sacred seeds, those crystal seeds, those seeds that are ready to come alive inside of you. But this new moon, I want to invite you to plant your seeds, not from something you hope to have, you wish to have. You have part of you over here, I don't want to fully commit because I might be disappointed, humiliated, ashamed, embarrassed, or frustrated about it, but I'm going to say I want it, and then I'm going to do a little work on it, then I'm going to go back into doubt, and I'm going to do a little work on it, I'm going to go back into doubt. And I know this pattern. I've done it myself. My clients do it. Don't worry about it. Everybody does it. This is not a place to judge yourself. It's a complete waste of time. So take advantage of this new moon with all these beautiful energies I'm going to tell you about in a minute, to see yourself. So if you go into a goddess water cave that has been dedicated, that people still go to in pilgrimages, still people come in sacred, the sacredness is there, the intention is there, the goddess is there, the water spirits are there, the ancient goddesses of Avalon are there, and the priestesses are there, and Merlin is there, and the dragons are there, and the flower fairies are there, and the Celts are there, and the druids are there, and the people before them are there, and the star people are there, and everything is there. And since your consciousness can't tune into everything at once, or you turn back into pure infinite chaos, you have to choose which one of those energies, or which grouping of energies, you want to attune to. So this is why I act as your fairy goddess mother. I say, what is your wish? And then you tell me, and I see it, and I see you having it, and I see it in your body. So when I do a session with you, or you're in my mastermind, or you come on a retreat, or we do a class, I see the energies of your potential. I also see where you're not recognizing them, you're not seeing them, you're so traumatized, you're not willing, you're more focused and building density in your field towards something that will keep you from it, or an old pattern of the past, versus lessening the density and increasing the density towards having now. When you manifest from the inside out, you have it, and you sit inside of having it. You feel having it, you think having it, but it's bigger than that. So we go to these sacred places, and we do the Intuition Awakening School, and we do all of these things. Why? Because this gives feeling. It gives a vision. It creates a connection and a communication to these energies. It connects you to the future you that you are when you have it. So when you have, Sherry, your loving partner, when these beautiful people who are looking to come on this retreat have that retreat, then they will have that retreat. There won't be time It won't take more time. The work might seem hard because you're breaking habits. You're going outside your norm. You're doing things other people might not agree with, or that you're not familiar with, or that scare you, or whatever. And that's another reason I'm a fairy goddess mother, because I've been there. I go through the ups and downs. I've been through the shit. I've had a daughter die, lost money, blah, 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 blah. And you've had worse. Okay. We've all had it. So I stopped judging my suffering more than your suffering, or your suffering more than my suffering, because I was taught not to feel sorry for myself, not to think I was great, but not to feel sorry for myself, and not to always do your best and be the best and be the best and never stop working at being the best. But you never really are the best. So don't think you are the best. Okay. Do you see the catch-22 here? So that's the infinity symbol I saw in front of my clients when she said, what I want, I don't know. Or what I want, something like that. I don't know how to have. Well, here's the thing. I want this, I want this, I want this. I'm focused on it. I'm focused on wanting it is one path that takes a lot of time and suffering and lifetimes, perhaps, because it's baked into that. And it's baked into looking at more the wanting and the lack of it than just stepping out and having it. And that's where the feeling and the imagination, that's where reviewing has to happen. That's where all of these sacred tools of what I call prosperity magic, which is accepting that you're this divine being and you've already done this work in other lives and you can connect to those lives now. And we're going to do processes for all of those in the intuition school starting in this coming Saturday. So if you were in the White Springs, this is outside this beautiful sacred spiral, and you're already in this goddess world, one of the most profound feminine goddess, divine, intuitive healing places in the world, really, I think. And this is a little peek inside here on the right. So could you take this picture and meditate on it and start to put yourself in the picture like Mary Poppins, jump inside and hear the water and feel the touch of one of us holding hands. Feel us humming or chanting. Feel the trickle of the water. See, sense, and feel the manifestations of the goddesses that are here. See, sense, and feel the goddess, the God. Be willing to let everything else go and be there fully, but not wait until you're there, not hope that you will be there. That's the difference. Okay? A lot of people are very interested in making the wand, and I am too. So I have many wands, mostly crystal wands. I do have one that looks like kind of like that. This is my Lemurian crystal, seed crystal. And this is the kind of wand we're going to make. And you're going to write on a scroll and do a ceremony, and you're going to have a beautiful box to bring it home. And you're going to make it with guidance from this beautiful artist. And we're going to spend the whole day together, her and I, creating this path of communing with nature and going to the sacred apple orchards in Avalon, which is the Isle of Apples. And we will have already done days of sacred work together, walking the land, talking to the goddesses, seeing the sunsets, the sunrises, working with these beautiful women, druids and Celtic. And then we're going to start in the apple orchards, and we're going to make earth mandalas and altars, and we're going to be speaking, communing, and living in the realm of the mists, through the mists of Avalon. Can you feel that? Could you see yourself there? Well, here I've described the whole day. We'll begin at the Avalon orchards, creating a nature mandala for a fire ceremony to release anything you'd like to cast in the flames before walking through the threshold and leaving behind what you can no longer keep and pass beyond the arch to your future. So you could read this here and you could become this, and you could see it as a visualization, and you could use it as a magic ritual. And in this new moon, you could plant the seed that I am there already. It won't be wonderful if I'm there or when I'm there. It's wonderful that I am there. And my I am is there means my consciousness is there. Now you begin to radiate out from being there and having it and knowing it. That's the state of power I want you to recognize and to live from. And it requires feeling and thinking, but it requires deciding and choosing and speaking, and most of all, acting from inside having it. Think about that, because it's a long, deep conversation that's going to take you into where you start to recognize, well, I say I want it, but then I don't take the actions. And then I make an excuse for the reason I can't make the actions. And then I throw up all the ideas of why it's going to take time, or I can't do it now, or it's my kids have to come first or something, right? Like blah, blah, blah. So, of course, I'm never telling you to abandon your children. However, most people are too consumed with having to do everything for everyone else. So there is a way to do anything that you are aligned with spiritually. And when you do this, you're going to take your seeds and plant them now. And they're going to be planted in sacred water, and they're going to be planted in sacred ground, and they're going to be in nature's energies of divinity. And then they're going to sprout and they're going to grow. Imagine working with Maria. If you have Gaia TV or History Channel, go look her up, go on YouTube. She's phenomenal. She's become a dear friend and a mentor to me now. She's a second generation dowser who has an heritage of deep information and understanding. She lives near this area and takes people to these stones. She knows their secrets. She discovered the long-headed skulled people and their queen. It's phenomenal. I'm beyond excited to work with her and to bring her in twice during this retreat. So you could go into the day. I am there. I have this. I'm there with Maria. Listen to the 2 shows I did where you can listen to her talk about what she's going to share with you, the secrets she's going to reveal, how it will feel. Then you hear her voice. Then you see yourself there. You have it now. Okay. And the key to having it now is visualizing and then reviewing anything that comes up that says, no, you can't or you shouldn't, and rewinding it and then visualizing it again, feeling it, sensing it, smelling it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, writing it down, everything that you can do without overwhelming yourself and making it a new thing to stress you out. When you're there, you're not lacking it. So what do? You go there and you say, ooh, how does this feel? What is the best way to do that? Watch a video of the place you want to go. Listen to Maria and I talk. See pictures of where you're going. Okay? So when we go to this abbey here, the 2 pictures in the middle and on the right, it's a Christian church, but Christian churches were built on ancient temples, and ancient temples were built on stone circles, and every person all the way back to the dragons knew the power spots on the planet. So it doesn't matter what structure is still standing. It matters that the energetics of that spot were the reason they built it there. And so there's a lake, there's many things we're going to do here. However, Maria is going to take us in here, and there's the Mary Chapel, the Chapel of the Woman. And leading up to it, there's actually chakra alignment energy spots coming up out of the ground. Why don't you go there now? Look at this picture. See yourself there. Project yourself there. Ask Mary Poppins to jump you in there, and your fairy goddess mother, which is what she is, will take you there. Walk down this high street over here. See yourself seeing people with fairy wings and eating beautiful organic vegetarian food or whatever you love. See, feel, taste, and then choose, speak, and decide. They have to come together. Okay. Will you be staying in the fairy B&B in a mermaid bed? Will you be in the Hobbit hut? Right? Will you be what? Okay. These are all opportunities to see and sense and feel what you truly wish that you had now. Now, these are examples, of course, of things that I'm helping people manifest. So, like Sherry said, she wants to have that. Now, let's see. Oh, Ida Tag says, I'm open to receiving. I asked a friend to help me pay for my son's driving lessons, and she did. There you go. I helped another friend spread the word about an event and was invited to the event as their guest. This is magic. This is perfect. Way to go. Thank you. Thank you for being in that energy, because you make it easier for everyone else. Right? I love that too. What is time crunching? Well, wrinkling. It's if you see time as linear. I guess this is the best thing. Oh, no, here we go. Hang on a second here. And gets this for you, darlings. Okay, here's the line in time. Where this tassel is what you want. Where my finger is over here is where you perceive you are. If you believe time is linear, it is linear. And you have to walk day by day, step by step, struggle by struggle, doing this, working, saving, whatever you feel like you need to do to get there. And you will get there eventually if you believe it. Anywhere along the way, you stop believing it and you fall back into doubt, then you just take a detour for a while. All right. So I'm here, at least, I'm going to move my hand so you can see it better. I'm here, boop, 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 over here. Okay. This is where you perceive you are. This is where you want to be. So this is Avalon on the retreat with me. This is you in your house saying, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the health. What if this happens? What if that happens? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you go, I have to do these steps, right? So that could take some time and struggle. Or you could say, I'm ready to have it now. I'm ready to be in it now. And you do just what I told it. Close your eyes, you breathe into it. And this is why you want to go to the Intuition Awakening Summer School. This is why you want to do the work I do anyway, because it's empowering you with these skills we're talking about. The feeling skills, not noticing where you're feeling yourself. Are you in shame, guilt, blame, craving? Then you're in a low, heavy state. You have to acknowledge that and accept that. And then you start to rise to a higher state. And then you'll be able to shift states with more ease. And then you can feel the things that you want to feel. What would it feel like when you have this outcome? Yeah, that's true, Lisa. You said, ooh, I love that idea. What I want and what I don't want are the same thing. Where am I putting my energy? I like this. Wow. Time crunching sounds fun too. Power of now. Exactly. Power of now. And the power of now used to sound very boring to me. I'm ready to complete peace and abundance and freedom. Flow, flow, flow. I'm ready for complete peace. Okay, good. So again, I'm going to give you a little hint. Ivory tag, you are ready for it. Where does that put you? Over here, you're ready, but you're not here having it. When you wrinkle time, you let go of the idea that it takes time and time is a thing. And then there's no time. And then you become nothing. And then you're here, wrinkled. You shift, you go through a portal. There's a lot of ways of visualizing that, imagining that, feeling that, sensing that, the feeling, the reviewing what didn't go right, quote unquote, and then seeing it the right way actually can reach into the past and change what you've done or what has happened as much as it can reach into the future. And that's why the peaceful, prosperous, purposeful, present, peaceful, powerful, purposeful, prosperous present moment is the only place to be. Now, now, now. Then you see where you are, and then you say, oh, I want to be there. So we're looking at the map in the mall. There. This looks good. That looks good. I'm going to start my journey. And you start your journey, and you leave your ordinary world. You go on the hero's journey, and you start walking around Mall of America. That's where my kids live. It's an enormous mall. It's like, oh, I want to go to that store, and it's all the way over there. So I got to walk all the way around. And on the journey, that linear journey, I see things. So is a linear journey bad? No. What I'm telling you is believing that one thing is true is not true. Having what you want already and thinking from it, deciding from it. Would I make this decision if I already had what I want? Would I make a different choice? Well, a common one is I'd do that if I had the money, or I'd do that if my spouse wouldn't be upset. Or I do that, but in the past, I didn't really take advantage of it, so I don't trust myself. What would your decision be when inside of that? And then courage and the Leo power comes in to help you make that decision now. Okay, now. Okay. So Sherry has hers coming. And I can see it, Sherry. You do have it coming, and you have some very powerful energies, and you have 3 different interesting timelines that are coming together. And the one in the middle is glowing quite a bit, but it's very strong and it's very tall. And it's somebody that's a person of authority that you think you want and may not be exactly what you want. Okay. So Lisa, all of you, remember your thermostat. You turn it up or you turn it down. It's too hot or it's too cold. What feels good to me now feels better, different later. I like it really cold when I sleep. However, I've lived in the Yucatan for 9 years now, so I'm very used to the heat. And it's 12:12, and I have less and less cold temperatures, and so on. Same thing. Wanting is lack, and identifying that want is a gap, and that's awareness, and that's good. And then moving towards, so let's go from 0 to 100. So we're moving, I'm at 0. I have nothing. I have no partner. I have no money. I have no support. I have whatever. And I yearn, and my heart wants something, and I feel separate from it, and I feel stuck, and I feel enslaved, and I crave it, and why can't I have it, and so on. And that's the inner voice that's conquering the higher voice, because the higher voice already has it, so it doesn't see not having it. And it's going to radiate out to you. So what would be the most optimal thing to do in this moment? Tune into the radiations from the you that has it, because that you already exists, because whatever it is has already happened, and 40,000 million other options of what could happen too. So if it's already happened, then why didn't it happen? Because you were focused on that happening, and you were attached to that happening, and you were looking there, and you were trying to force that to happen, even though spirit was over here going, really, girlfriend, let it fall apart. Let them fire you. Leave that person you're with. Decide you don't need a person to complete you, whatever stage you're at, right? Let that go and open to what is optimal. Now there's infinite potential around you, and that's true magic, okay? And that infinite potential doesn't have to overwhelm you, but you have to surrender control, because as you rise, you transcend, and as you accept, you transcend, and there is no working on forgiveness, because forgiveness is the state of the emotional state of acceptance. So as soon as you accept that you have it now, and you decide to look from within it, and you feel it, and you practice feeling it, whether you sit on your couch and practice feeling you're on that plane coming back from the retreat, feeling the most amazing joy and health and healing and light, and having new friends and new possibilities and new ideas for businesses and other things, and having a completely different perspective on life and all of those wonderful things. And you don't have to know exactly, but you can start to tune into that feeling. And that is why you have to go to the end result first. So this is what we're going to do to plant our seeds. Okay, so to plant your seed is to take it out from it's coming, or I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I love ready. I tell you to say ready and willing all the time. But now I want to give you this really empowering mastery secret. Okay, so if it's a mastery secret, oh, cool. Do you guys understand the time wrinkling, the time crunching now? You are, or you could just call it ignoring time. You could go through a portal if you like that idea. Let me show you the slides, because there's a really cool one that my beloved made. And he said, oh, not this one. Okay. All right. Well, this one wanted to pop up. I picked the wrong one, I guess. So this Intuition Awakening Summer Camp has had a complete rewrite, and it's opened a whole new higher level of the Divine Sacred Feminine Mystery School, the mysteries that are coming through me and being allowed to be taught. And it's moving very fast in terms of higher and higher and higher wisdoms you can access, and skills you can do. So I highly recommend you go take a look at it. It is not a glamour page anymore. However, it's going to give you details of the emotional trauma that we're shifting, the ability to sense it, the ability to sense which future you're headed towards, and that density, transform it, transmute it, and increase the density towards the outcome you want. Then we're going to go into your family lineage, your soul lineage, and your soul contracts that are part of the barriers that you have. And we're going to go into even better. Let's see if we can find the processes. Here we go. We're going to go into one of my favorites, which is into the subconscious realms, into the higher realms, where we surrender into the sacred divine, and we remember that idea of having it now, that she will give you anything you want. She will give you everything you want, and she loves you and never judges you and never will. But if you bring her pain and fear and why not and suffering and can't I have it now, you're the only person that's keeping you from having it. You're the only person that has decided you can't have it now, and it's coming to you. Or when these 10 things happen, you can have it. That's all you, and you're the only one that gets to decide, and you're the only one with the power. So we're going to have the soul contract release. We're going to have the trauma release and the third eye inner glass activation. You're going to start to perceive in the field, yours and others, that where you're headed and where the trauma is densely packed and where it isn't, but not just to see it and then we'll carry it around, but to actually now rise through it, walk through it like a doorway, see it, sense it, release it. These are all the things I'm going to be teaching you. So if you're a healer, this is important, and I'm going to be doing a certification course on it in November. So definitely it is a prerequisite for that. You could take it later from all the recordings, but a lot of the fun and the power is being here live and getting the feedback and doing the practice. So this future mastery that I want you to step into is part of what we're talking today. These timelines, this moving to having it now. Okay. So what happens when you plant a seed? Well, we're talking about energy seeds, soul seeds, metaphoric seeds, etheric seeds, subtle realm seeds, the seeds of your imagination, your heart, your soul, your desire, your promise, your mission. Okay. All of those things. So, however, what is in those seeds, if it's coming, or why don't I have it, or some form of pain, something down here at zero, dial up. What could it feel like if I was willing, right? What would it feel like if I was courageous? What would it feel like if I was inspired? What would it feel like if I was intentional? If I was empowered? If I was released? If I was accepting? If I was forgiven? So you actually have to be in a constant state of accepting what's next, because then you're in a constant state of forgiveness, which is the whole idea from some religions and teachings of you're full of sin and you have to constantly be baptized or cleared of sin. That's a metaphor for saying that the sin is you not seeing yourself as divine, not having what you want, believing that you can't have it, and letting all these other energies steal who you are. Then if you're constantly forgiving yourself and others, forgiving yourself and others, forgiving yourself and others, pretty soon that peaceful, powerful, purposeful, prosperous present moment becomes very real, because it's not filled with a bunch of junk from the feared future or craved future or the painful past. And it's where you live anyway. It's just that you try not to. So future prediction is a bold thing to say, but you're going to understand when you come in here. And then we're going to go into the manifesting mastery, the mysteries of the Isis Mystery School is one of my divine priestesshoods. And this divine mother dream weaving is going to weave sacred masculine and feminine together, where you're going to understand what each state is for. And again, moving that dial, wrinkling time. Then we're going to have the soul lineages with some dragon energy to help us balance masculine and feminine, the goddess and the dragon, reclaiming your priestess powers, your grandmother wisdom, your medicine powers, whatever that is. And in the final initiation, we're going to be combining all these things, your perception of density and time and trauma, and your ability to release it and see it and separate from it, and your ability to harness your lineages and to be free of your lineages that have held you back, and the beliefs and the contracts, and to be one with the goddess and the god, and to be in a balanced state. And all of those are going to come together in this amazing initiation, where you're going to be a co-creator in combining these and manifesting now. And that will be the moment that you have it, and you don't have to wait for it because you're not ready or you're not attached to what you don't have. You're being it now. And that's where there's peace. So you could visualize any of those things if that feels to you like something beautiful, wonderful. So anything in the retreat I just described to you, if you go on and you read it, Okay, if you go on here in my YouTube channel, you subscribe and you go down and you find the Avalon list and you want to come on that retreat, or you think there's some healing energies or messages there for you, you go pick whichever one. Do you want to talk to the Lady of the Lake, Morgan Le Fay, Merlin? Do you want to go in? These are all there. Okay, do you want to go into with the 9 Morgans inside that white spring, inside that cave, inside the Avalon Isle, and stir the cauldron and have your of creation and have your chakras cleared? Okay, do you want to go in with the priestesses of Avalon on the top of the tour? These are all processes that they gave me, I channeled through for you to help you become now, be more in having it now. Do you want to go into the wand making day? Like I said, there's a whole description of that on there, and you could read it, and then you could close your eyes and you could start to say, what does it feel like? It's cool. We're going to be there in October. It's kind of cool. I can smell the fresh air. I can feel it on my skin, and all those senses. Okay. Then you're having it now, and you continue to have it now, because the next moment you choose to think from that, and you decide to think from that, and you decide what you're going to do that evening, instead of watching something stupid or violent or talking to someone about something depressing who just wants to gossip and create more war in the world. You say, I need tonight alone, and you go for a walk and you talk to the sun and the moon and Gaia, and you become one with the place. Hello, beautiful. You're inside, aren't you? Wow, I have a wasp bee type dude here. Hello, sweetie. Inside on my window. This is one of my new oracle cards that Chris and I created, and I love her because she's one of many goddess energies that we're going to be working with, that are reaching up out of your ordinary beingness to that higher mind and asking for it to become as strong, turning the dial up so that voice comes in as strong, if not stronger, than the poor girl voice. And you reach up and you begin to embody it. So you see, she's this empty, dark space, believing she's separate. But the more she's there, looking at it, feeling it, thinking it, right? Wrinkling time and saying, here I am. I'm here now. What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Right? Who's here with me? Then it starts to come inside of her. She starts to become one with it. And eventually, you won't be able to see her, because she will be this infinite creation of beauty and space. Okay, so both of those are available for you, and please reach out if you're interested. And now I need to take a sip here, so I'm going to leave this with you for a second. Beyond awesome, Sherry. I want everybody to give Sherry a high five and a big hug. She freed herself from an abusive marriage a year ago, and her birthday was August 1st, a couple days ago. So she's feeling this energy strong. This is your power time, okay? This is your power time. Whenever your birthday is, you are more empowered. You have more energy, more power. And with the new moon being sometimes the opposite energy of a full Leo sun, they're together, right? So we have both that deep space and we have that big one. Wow, that is fantastic. I mean, just fantastic. Really, really want to acknowledge you. It's not easy to break free from anything that we've been or done, whether it's a job or a relationship or a health problem, because it's norm and because it's comfortable, but even though unpleasant. And so celebrate, enjoy yourself, step into a new reality. Come on down to the intuition school. That would be way fun. Hey, come to Avalon. Hi, Britt. Oh my goodness, Brittany was in my dreams last night, big time. I love it. Yeah, me too. I'm feeling a buildup of passion and desire cultivating within me. Excellent. So that buildup now is another thing we've been talking about. So it may have been before you got on, Brittany, but it's coming. So take a moment now before we go into our meditation ritual. It's coming. I'm ready. It's building. Okay. What other things do you use to describe your desire, right? Your wish as it's coming. Because these seeds you're planting today, they're already glowing. I can see them. And I want them to glow so bright, but not with your force and your desperation and your, I want this, but with your possibility, with your lightness, with your magic, with your mystery. Okay. And inside of that mystery, I want you to have, let's see, maybe it's here. I want you to have space for becoming. Okay, space for something to become that is outside of what you're used to and what you think you want, because there's an easier way, there's a faster way, there's something much better in a very subjective term, something more optimal, something more delicious, something more miraculous, something that can happen instantly, something, whatever it is. Okay. So I want you girls and ladies and gentlemen and beautiful sisters and brothers of this circle of light, I want you to bring that in now. Bring that into our circle. You know you're in sacred space between the realms, between time, outside. We're in infinity, and we're here, and we're like, yes, this is. But there's no density, okay? Because you're going to step into having it. These seeds are sitting in front of you. They're in a chalice. There's some kind of a chalice. Mine looks very dark. You could see, what does your chalice look like? And I used to have this gorgeous blue, oh, I'll do that. I'm going to get a chalice. I want you to think of a chalice or pick up a chalice, some kind of chalice, some kind of cup. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple examples you could use. This is one of my Mayan things made from a gourd. It's a chalice. It's full of crystals. This could be a chalice, right? A beautiful shell. This could be a chalice. Again, this is a bowl. It's like a Tibetan bowl, but I'm not a big fan of its sound. So again, it's full of goodies to amplify. Crystals, coral, shells. Here's a fossil. Everything has a magic to it. Everything has an energy to it. So this is a cauldron that I have filled with energies that match this, which is the throat chakra. So these energies are constantly blending with that. But I want you to get something that can be a chalice that's empty. Okay. I have this beautiful hand-carved Mayan canoe. It's people buy it to use in their kitchen. Again, I use it to fill with magical items, so that that this is to me a voyage, right? And it could be out into the peaceful lake. It could be across the river Styx, which is across death, right, to a new world, to a rebirth. It could be floating on the lakes of Avalon, okay, with the priestesses of Avalon. It's something that's filled with potential. So I have my beautiful jaguar here. One of my beautiful people gave me at one of the retreats. I've got citrine, because you know me and citrine, one of my absolute favorites. It's clarity. It's gold ray. It never, ever, ever lowers its frequency for anyone. I don't know why that's there. I've got a Merkaba, okay, so with a jade inside. So it's for amplifying abundance and traveling through time to find my abundance. I've got a pillar. This is a green pillar, and I have a black, tiger's eye pillar. Forgot that guy was in there. So pillars connect above and below. I have my evil eye, which is a form of protection and also acknowledging divine vision. And I've got this symbol, which honestly, I don't remember what it is or which way it's supposed to go, but it's probably prosperity or something like that. I think I do when I put it in here. I have this beautiful little stone it's a little black stone. I like to collect black stones from the earth wherever I go, because black has a magical power of absorbing negativity. Of course, I have some gold coins in here and so on. So find a chalice and think about now, what is this chalice, because you're going to put your soul seeds in it and you're going to infuse it with having it now. Okay, so when I was talking earlier about one of my students who said, what I want, I don't have, or I don't know how to get. And I saw the infinity symbol immediately right here in front. And it was just in that loop. So infinity is the perfect weave, but you can be stuck in an infinite cycle of an old karmic pattern where you want to know before you're willing to do and act, where you're trying to force something or ask questions that don't make sense, like, you know, how can I have this but not change? That's like asking what is that guy says, the marital status of the number 7. You're asking for an answer that doesn't exist, right? So what is that infinite weave flow that you have? And can the infinite come like this and move up and down instead? And can you be it now? I have it in my mind. I have it in my heart. I have it in my thoughts. I have it in my words. I have it in my belly. I have it, right? You weave up and down, but it's all within the pillar of having now what it is that you desire. Having now. So I'm going to go get my chalice. It's just over here. It's a fun thing my daughters gave me. And I'm going to share this with you. Excuse me. These are works in progress, but this is our prosperity grandmother Dreamweaver. And she is a watcher that it's what she told me last year when I went to the Temple of Venus here, had a mind site and sat on the side of the pyramid meditating. And suddenly the grandmothers appeared to me and I looked this way and there was Chris, but sitting right next to him was an ancient grandmother. They all looked different. They were different races, different ages, different dress, different, every one of them. And they were just, every so often there was a grandmother sitting and they were sitting cross-legged and they were looking out, not at each other. And they became very real as I entered the realm of Venus, the realm of this temple. I go there frequently. It's been closed for many months now, so I haven't been able to go. And they began to move the temple and us through time and space. And we were in one place and we were in another place. We were in different times. We were in ancient China on a Chinese type temple or pyramid watching. And then we were in ancient Egypt watching. And then we were in some star planet sitting on some other looking temple. They all looked different. The clothes that we were wearing, everybody was wearing, changed depending where we were, when in time we were. But time didn't exist. They were weaving. Okay. So she's weaving in the full color spectrum, which is all the rays of creation. All the ascended masters are embodied from this. And the earth has harmonic color rays. And the color is a very important element to create from. And she's dreaming with the symbols. There's the infinity symbol and the Merkaba and the spiral and the flower of life, right? And she represents eternal prosperity. Okay. That grandmother wisdom that's what? Wise because of experience and doesn't judge anymore, but also isn't going to tell you what you want. So she's not going to alter what you want. She's going to manifest it for you. And this is timeless magic. And they kept showing up and they kept showing up and they came with me and they taught the prosperity magic class we did. And now I'm going to be doing a live prosperity magic class in Glastonbury. And I'm going to be doing a certification for that later this year. And because eternal prosperity is the truth. And we're not just connected to source, we are source. So she's sitting in that void, manifesting in flow. And whatever you come and commune with her, she'll manifest for you. Okay, so here we go. That was my worksheet there. So this one we originally just called the Rainbow Goddess. She came through last year at the same time as the Prosperity Grandmother. And just this week, she spoke up again because I kind of put her aside and was working on some other things. And she said, I want to reveal myself to you now and show you fully who I am and what I have. Rainbow Creator Goddess of pure, prosperous mind. Well, you see her. What is she doing? She's doing exactly what we've been talking about. She's visualizing having it now. She's seeing, thinking, feeling everything. And it's radiating out from her in this flow of color, which is having it now. She's in the flow. It's not going past or under her, bypassing her. So this is what she asked me, because this is a different name and everything for her. Purify mind of limiting beliefs. Reclaim your divine vision. Harmonize color into form. Thoughts become things. Express to embody. If you want to manifest it, you have to express yourself. In which case you define what you want and you become it. This is another version of what I showed you earlier. That is now, where is she? Oh, I don't have the finished one here. Interesting. And this is the version where she's become it now. You see how she's one with this reality. She is the stars. She is the universe. She's not, it's over there. I want it. I'm going to create it. I'm drawing it to me. I'm remembering my magic, right? And then it starts coming in, and now she's inside of it, and she is the infinite creator. She's the infinite creator. It's just the way it is, right? And I'm going to see if I can find the finished version for you. And so when you tune into this, can you feel, can you sense? What do you feel? What do you sense? How do you feel about what you sense? Is there a part of this that feels too far away? Or could you be fully merged one with this? Could you? Could you? Here she is. And so when you have the opportunity to move over and say, I have it now, I am it now, I think from it now. What would I think? What would I feel? How would that feel? How can I amplify the feeling of that? Then you begin to have a different sort of possibility, right? That is, I'm inside of it, not outside of it. I'm not trying to get it. I already have it. I accept it. I have different thoughts if I'm inside of it. I have different feelings if I'm inside of it. I have different choices I would make if I'm already inside of it. And the more powerfully that you can manifest that inside of you, or your willingness to do that, the more powerfully that you will become and have in the now. And it isn't time, right? Okay. So I want to see if this worked. All right, let's see if this worked. Ta-da! Okay, so here's our card we made from that artwork. Thank you, Chris. And again, she's holding those flowers of life in her hands. She's embodying that potential, pure potential in her heart. The infinity symbol, the spiral, the Merkaba, the Sri Yantra, these sacred portals, geometries, and tools are floating all around her, and she is inside of it. So she is the mother, creator, goddess of cycles, eternal creatrix of worlds. Die to the old, start all new. Fertilize new recipes. She insisted on that word. I really love that. Honor life cycles. That means some stuff dies. Marriages end, jobs end, self-perceptions end, poverty can end, pain can end, okay? Embody endless space, and earth and sky meet within, okay? Here is our maiden playing with the infinite field. So we've had a lot of fun with this. And okay, I don't have her. Let me find her final one. She also was manifested. There we go. We manifested a beautiful card. And when you see this, when you feel this, when you know that you are perhaps in that beginner's mind, you want to be in that beginner's mind. You want to surrender being the mother who's in the creation. She's in the middle of the birth, or she's in the middle of the gestation, or she's in the middle of raising her manifestation like a mother. Or you're not feeling connected to the grandmother, which is the wise one that already has all the experiences, recognizes of it. Maybe you want to go into that fresh newness of your child, your magical star child. Okay, so what does she look like? Well, she's a magical star child, the dreamer of infinite worlds, and she simply stands up. She's already embodied. Look, her entire being is full of stars. She is the tube Taurus. She's one with all of the colors of potential, and then they go down from her and they blend together, and she simply opens her hands, and there it is, this enormous flower of life, her creation. She's a starseed. She's manifesting magic at her fingertips. She's creating in full color with fresh ideas and the beginner's mind. So that was a little extra magic to share with you. Yeah, beautiful. I'm so glad your emotions. Hi, Lucille. I'm holding it now. Excellent. Oh, yes, Golden Cup at Target last night. Wow. Nan and others I worked with helped me find the strength. Sherry, I'm so glad. We're all so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. It's true. It's true. And I feel so much joy for you, Sherry, for all of us. Yeah, Sherry, see, you're inspiring people like Lisa to be brave, to have that courageous heart. Oh, Josie's here. Hi. Yes, she's been there too, right? So, I wanted to, let's see, I'll give you this. Like, I want to run over here and grab my chalice so we can chalice our up together. So, when you hold your chalice, okay, when you hold it, whatever you've chosen, I'm going to right now just use my butterfly cup and take a sip. You are infusing it. It is a chalice of divine feminine creation. It is the sacral. It is a womb. It is a cauldron. And you want to make sure that what you have inside here is where you want to put your seeds. Where do you want to put your seeds? These are precious. Where do you want to put your desires right now? Your wishes. They're going to be granted in this new moon. They're going to be infused with fire. And they're going to be fire from above and below and within and without. So start holding your cup and thinking and bringing in energies right into it. And we'll be doing our playful manifesting in a moment. I'm going to leave this picture here for you to see past the words, and look at embodying her with a fully awakened heart, crown, and then holding in her hands, having now. Okay, good. So I had to drink some, I had to clear my throat, but I love it. So Josie says, I accept it now. I want it now. I am it now. I've already enjoyed this amazing magic. Perfect. So that's a step. And then take out the want, because if you have it, you don't want it anymore. You have it. What would you be doing if you had it? You'd be enjoying it. I have it. I love it. I'm grateful for it. I'm enjoying it. Thank you for this. More of this, please. All that kind of thing, right? Into that. Okay. Having now. Yeah. And it's then the opposite of that is being frustrated that you don't have it now. And so, which side of that are you going to give your energy to? Keep infusing yourself with the truth. Of course, we know that the more powerfully you see it, it could manifest in 2 hours or 2 days, or it could take whatever amount of time. And in any moment, you could change it. So, I've got my, uh, I've got my chalice here. I'll show it to you. My daughters gave me this, my twins. I'm a beach girl. So you can see it says a wine goblet with the beach. I'm on the beach with the sandcastle in the chair. And it says beach girl. And it's got goddess swirly magic and stars on here. And it has a little charm, which I think has lost its charm. So I can put something on there. Lost its charm. Isn't that interesting? So this is already okay. This is a fun goddess project for you to do. Is paint a goblet or something, make it a joy or manifesting or money chalice. Okay, so this is our new moon chalice, and our new moon has some very special sacred feminine energy with it on top of the usual. So we're going to just go into, yeah, we know the usual YouTube, I'm sorry, the usual new moon energies, right? So this is some of the energies we have. Okay, so while you're holding your chalice, while you're thinking about your wish, and you're thinking about all of the senses of having your wish now. Okay, so this is a time for playfulness, but you're also in the new moon. That's depth. That's, being in the womb, being in peace, being so balance those. Okay, let your inner child out for a joyful new moon and playful manifesting with this power we've been talking about. We're going to work from the heart. That's very Leo. We're going to plant our wishes after we infuse them with our magic, and we're going to recognize the other energies. So, what is your wish? What is your wish? Okay. I would recommend you write it down really simply. And these are your seeds. So keep them separate from your chalice for right now. Keep your seed, your masculine, outside of your womb right now. Okay, because we want to prepare your womb. We want to prepare your cauldron. So let's look at Leo energies. Bright, fun. We already talked about it being the gold ray. It ignites the desire to show your inner solar power. That big fire energy can be used in a lot of ways, can overwhelm you. The sun is ruling the heart. It's time to shine in that full color. We looked at those oracle cards that really inspire us to the different ways of being with. You could be having something now as new at it, as newly born at it. You could be having a new relationship for Sherry that's just being birthed. So that is probably the part that she's going to be focusing on. However, she could also go into the her that's the having, that's in the more familiar, comfortable phase of that perfect, optimal partner, or into the sage, the grandmother, the wonderful, we've been together, it's so beautiful, there's a sense of security and co-creation or whatever of that. There's different times, places you can dial to in having it now. Okay, so that's what I call in shine in full color or create in full color. Reinvent how you feel about yourself because of the Leo energies. Again, we've talked about, please let your joyful child play outside of the 9 to 5 and rules and responsibilities. There's plenty of those. Play. Okay. The dolphins are starting to play with us. Thank you. Big self-love leads to courage to be seen and confidence to follow this big transformation through Mercury Retrograde, which is another energy that we're dealing with. So spirit medicine is here with harmony between Jupiter coming in. That expands everything. So you're going to have some support expanding your wish, and it brings a silver lining to everything. It also expands things that aren't that pleasant. So, be aware it's both sides. Now, the divine feminine medicine that we're playing with, it comes alive with Chariklo, the asteroid sister of Chiron. Chiron is our wounded healer. He is Asclepios, the Greek god of healing. He is the wounded one that finally, after suffering, and he never could stop suffering, he was so cursed that the gods said, we can't stop your suffering. We can't even heal it. However, we're going to make you a god. And then he became healed. He had the wisdom of his wounds. He had the wisdom of his suffering. When he had that, then he became the teacher. And then the suffering doesn't go away, but it isn't what consumed him. He was consumed with, how do I end the suffering? And how do I get out of this? And then continuously being given more wounds and more pain. And you can live in that, or you can step out of it and become the other aspect of him, which is, oh, I'm the wise one who's figured out I am the healer. And then I heal myself. And that doesn't mean, oh, I never have pain again. It means I understand pain, and pain and I walk together when necessary, and I get to change how I feel about it. And what am I having now? More pain from the past, or something new? The divine feminine medicine that his sister brings is, she's a sister of Chiron. I don't know why it says wife of Chiron. I'm sorry about that. She awakens our intuition, wisdom of nature medicine that our heart holds. And I have to fix that. This is no correcto. Sister. There we go. Okay. And so she's perfect, right? We're going to start the Intuition Awakening School. We're going to have the Lionsgate coming up this week. We're starting the Intuition School 2 days after the Lionsgate, so we'll still be in the Lionsgate. You're starting to feel the Lionsgate. What is the Lionsgate? Well, that's a whole other story that we'll get into. However, it's an alignment. It's a gateway with Isis and Sirius, and it's a portal with this lion power. It involves the Sphinx in this month's Sacred Spirit Guide Circle. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to turn these off. Come and join that. It's $26 a month. We're going to be doing Leo energies. We're going to be working with Lion and Leo and the Sphinx and the Gateway and those kinds of energies. So, and she holds wisdom of nature medicine. So if you're called to nature, if you understand crystals and herbs and wind and air and all of that, it's a very powerful sacred earth magic healing. And she holds that spirit medicine that's the elixir that you could put into your chalice right now for unleashing your healing gifts, for being there now. The sacred energy is opening doors for us, okay? The power to find and free your emotional trauma and blocks from your family, your ancestors, and your past. This is another one of our new oracle cards that Chris made for me. And, she's opening a portal of magic. She's calling to the planets. She's the communicator of this sacredness of being able to say, okay, my brother, the masculine, is the wounded healer. So he's become strong in his wounds. And I, the complement, the sacred feminine, am the spirit medicine that comes in. And if I'm not holding my spirit medicine, I'm wounded. I'm the wounded healer too. I'm the feminine aspect of it. What is that? Afraid to use my intuition, afraid to believe in myself, afraid to trust, afraid to have it, afraid of upsetting people, whatever reason stopping. And when she's standing in her full spirit medicine power, she's standing wherever she is, in a forest, in space, with here or there, in a body, not in a body, and she opens that portal and she calls on, in this case, we're calling on Sirius, okay, for the Lion's Gate. So Mercury Retrograde is also a part of this. Mercury is our communication from our spirit self, from our source, from Goddess, God. And so today, Mercury is going into retrograde. It's been hanging for a couple of days, and now it's going retrograde. That means review, remember, okay, what do you need to rewind? What do you need to redecide? What do you need to rejuvenate? What do you need to something? Okay, so we've talked about all of this, shining, we did that. And here's the other dates. So it's in Virgo now. That's very interesting. So Mercury's in Virgo, which brings in Virgo energy. Virgo is a very practical energy, a very organized energy, a very energy of a divine feminine integrity and strength, so you can draw that energy till the 14th. So organize, get on with it. And it will be in Leo from the 14th to the 28th, if that helps you with anything that you're doing. Okay, so that's everything we need to talk about right now to dive in, because we always talk longer than than I expect, which is fine. Okay, so give me 1 second to take a breath, and I do as well. Okay, so you're holding your chalice. We're in the new moon. Mercury, our communicator, our divine line to God, Goddess, to our inner self, to the higher mind, that is going to help us take the Leo courage in our heart to stand up and be the light, to be in full sun, and to sink into full yin womb moon. We're here now at this moment in time and space between the worlds together as a sacred circle. We hold the chalice of our choice. We hold the chalice of magic. We hold it in our hands, and we ask now to release the wounds in the past, and in this timeless space between the worlds, fully embody these energies and allow them to begin to rise up from within the heart and open all barriers to that heart energy, rising up, rising up, rising up, rising up, and spinning like a spiral of these infinite energies of multicolored lights and stars and potential and worlds and creational symbols, all of these and something better. And feel them swirling in your heart. Now they're coming up through the throat and across the chest, and they're going to go all the way up and bathe that mind, pour down over you. You feel it moving through every cell. You feel it moving through every chakra. You feel it bathing you, soothing you, sinking in, infusing you. It feels ecstasy. It feels delicious. What does having your dream feel like? Oh, it feels calm and peaceful and powerful and so present and so grateful and so full of joy and bliss that this moment is here. It's happening. It is. And that I'm in it, and that my sisters are here, and that we're in the springs, or we're on the tour, and that where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You are. Hold it and feel it, because it's going to start to pour down your arms now. It's going to pour down your arms like all these colors and all these infinite symbols and stars and the sacred magic from every lineage you've ever been, and from all the lives that are ready to contribute from their wounds and from their wisdom. And they pour down your arms, and they're getting full, and you can feel it. You can feel the flow, and you keep saying, yes, and so it is. I have it now. I am inside. I am in. I am not out. I am no longer coming to it, ready for it, wanting it. I am in it. I am in it. And I ask all the magic, all the beauty of the truth of this future, this wish fulfilled, this wish fulfilled, this wish fulfilled now, now, now. And now you feel from beneath you, oh, the wisdom of the grandmothers. They're weaving, they're winding, they're opening this portal, they're drawing in Chariklo, she's drawing in the spirit medicine goddess, and she's appearing and winding and spiraling up within you, bringing alive, opening portals and doorways within you, very soul, within your aura, within your emotional field, within your mind, within your body. Every part of you is alive with this energy spiraling up and up, and you hold the chalice. You keep saying, yes, 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 I am the conduit for light. I am the conduit for my truth. My soul's promise is alive within me, and I know I am free now. It is true now. I taste it. I feel it. I see it. I review anything that isn't the way that it is optimal, and then it transforms again. I weave through time and space, back and forth. She winds up. You feel the spirit medicine starting to slowly wake up like a slumbering, sleeping beauty. And she wakes up and rises up. She enters your womb. She enters your root. She brings that spring water from Avalon, infused with sacred energies of Gaia, of the beginning, of the creator spirit. I have it now. I have it now. It draws up. It fills your womb. All of these energies are spiraling. Everything within you. You see it. You see it. You see it. Comes up now. Enters your solar plexus. I invite the lion, the sphinx, the guardians, the lion's gate. I invite Sirius and Isis. I invite all the divine energies of the god Lug, the sun gods of time, Ra and Kukulkan. I invite all of the divine energies of the solar power now to spin with these potentials, to spin with my sacred feminine and my sacred masculine, and the sun and the moon and the dark and the light all blend within me. I am the cauldron of truth. I am the cauldron that within which new worlds are created. I am the creator, and divine vision is mine. I command it. I see it, I imagine it, I know it, I sense it. Everything is alive in me in this moment. And up now, pouring into the heart from above and below and above and below and within and without and within and without and from the past and the future and the now. Everything is coming together within you and pouring down your arms, pouring down your arms. And now you feel a breath comes into you with no effort. I am. Yes. I am that. I have that now. I am that now. I feel that now. I see those who are with me and where I am now. And this starts to pour into your chalice, your power. You've blended together the powers of the infinite, the powers of you, the powers of the now. I taste, sense, smell that now. I glow and radiate the truth of this now. There is no wanting, there is no lack. Everything is filled. This fullness, this truth, this beingness, this nowness is pouring into your chalice. It is the most gorgeous elixir of colors and darkness and blending and luminous. The potion stirs. You say, yes. I call on the grandmothers of dream weaving to come and stir my chalice that I may drop my seeds in here for full fruition now in the now. I am an inside out creator, down, down, up, spoiling within you. It pours into your chalice. Your chalice is slowly filling up. I am the mother of all creation. I am the creatrix through time. All cycles are within me, all magic. I die to the old. I receive the new. I'm ready to fertilize these seeds with new recipes, with new elixirs, with new instructions. I honor the above and the below and my power to create. Your chalice is filling up with more and more luminous energies, those encoded, those filled with pure potential, pure knowing, pure truth, pure reality. Now, the mother and the grandmother, the sage and the creator, their strength and their wisdom within you. And it is in your chalice. And there's only one more ingredient for your recipe to have it now. I call on my magical star child, my dreamer of infinite worlds, the one that has the willingness, the innocence, the power to be pure, to know, to accept, to choose. No doubt, no past, no pain, none of that exists, not in my world. I am a star seed full of pure potential, 100% aligned with my true purpose. I am manifesting my magic right now. It's at my fingertips. This energy pours through you in full color. Fresh ideas, beginner's mind, open heart, magical child, innocent child, healed child, strong, creative. All those powers of the child pour into your chalice. We are complete. I am one. I hold everything at my fingertips. Within my chalice is the magic. Now, take it and put it to your forehead. Infuse your vision in. Use your imagination. Plant your seeds from your mind. What is your dream? What is your dream of having it now? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now put it in front of your throat and infuse it with your words, with your spells. Thoughts become things. Words ignite magic. I am, I have, I feel, I see, I enjoy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now take your chalice down to your heart. I call on the mother, the love of the mother, the pure, unaccepting, divine love to infuse me. And I stand in her. I am her. I am not craving love. I am love. I am not wishing for help to create. I am the creator. I stand inside of my dream now, fully realized. I let it grow within me. I let it embed in my womb. I let it gestate. I let these elixirs feed it. It grows faster and faster and faster and faster. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now take your chalice down in front of your navel and hold it, cup it. I bring now this truth, this timeline, all the trauma that has said no, all the wishes that have been covered in frustration or fear. Let them now pour from me. I bring forward the optimal glowing seeds of my truth and drop them into this chalice now. One with my womb, we are rocked in the worlds. We are rocked and we are held. The rainbow creator goddess purifies your mind, your beliefs, and harmonizes you to the thoughts that will become the things, to the expressions that will embody this truth. Let your mind step out of its prison. Stop trying. Express and flow and free your mind, and the rest will follow. Now see these glowing seeds of your soul dropping from your crystal, your Janisa crystal, your soul crystal, the crystal within your womb that holds your codes to your soul's blueprint, to your promise, and the channels to your powers of sacredness, wisdom, and truth. I have those now. The grandmothers are here. You surrender. You surrender into the grandmothers and flow with their weaving, their timeless magic, their infinite love, their guardian. They have watched you. They're bringing their internal prosperity and weaving through you, around you, within you. And so it is, and so it is. These seeds are true. They are nourished. They are loved. They are infused with the magic to be true. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now bring them up to your heart and hold your chalice in front of you and look into it. I see it and feel it. I speak it. I choose it. I decide from it. I embody it. This is my truth. And as I walk through the lion's gate, I accept the fire, the courage, the heart, the self-love. I accept the spirit medicine, the sacred goddess moon. And I accept that this is true now. This is true now. This is true in my mind and my thoughts. This is true in my visions. This is true in my voice and my words. This is true in my heart and my feelings. This is true in my power in my belly. This is true in my womb and my root. If I am rooted in what I am having, how am I nourished? How am I supported? How is it to be me? And now I choose to radiate out this beingness and happiness. I am here, manifesting from inside my dream. And I let the me that I left behind only a few moments ago, separate, outside of this. I simply see her in love, and I see her feeling these vibrations, accepting these shifts, gaining the power and the energy to say the words, to take the steps, to step outside of comfort, to be it now. I accept the above and below. I am the desiring force of wanting. I am the seeker and the child. I am the 0 point and the beginner's mind. I am the wisdom of the grandmother. I am the creator of the mother. I am the magical star child. And most of all, I am that I am, and I have this dream as my truth. Now you're going to choose to walk into the world today. Before you go, choose to walk into the world with what? You hold this chalice. You've received support, love, magic from the infinite field, from many levels of the divine feminine and masculine, from all of the energies of Leo to Mercury. Review, redo, rejuvenate, resurrect. But you're not resurrecting the old, you're resurrecting your power to be here now. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Thank you so much for staying. I appreciate you. Yes, surrender to the little one in you and tap into your newness. Having now. Perfect chalice. I know, isn't it cute? So cute. All right, my beloveds. Thank you for being here with me in this very magical new moon. I hope you'll go out, you'll play with this, you'll share this, tell other people about it. Remember, it really is the perfect time to follow your dream. And if your dream is with me in Avalon, there's a way for it to happen. I say that all the time. I know that most people think but that's easy for you to say. I have this job, I have this illness, I have this fear, I have this husband, I have this money problem, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This is wrinkling time. All right. There's a way. And also, please join me for the Intuition Awakening Summer Camp, because it's half price if you decide to come to the retreat, which half price of sale price. So it's extremely, extremely affordable. And as it is, it's only $64 a month if you want to go that direction. So there's really very little barrier here for you to take this and accept this as part of what you're going to do. So in less than a week, we start our class, and we're going to have our luminous seeds. And we're going to walk through the portal. I hope you'll join me for the Lion's Gate on the 8th, which will be Thursday. And then we're going to go into our awakening. And our awakening this time is to become. And it's in the becoming, the having now, that you erase time and you free yourself from waiting, getting ready, hoping, being, it's coming, because all those states are outside, inside out. Namaste. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the beauty, the power, and the magic of this moment, this magical new moon, these luminous new seeds, our potential, the invitation to walk through new doors, to create new worlds. We accept it all, and we thank you and accept the support. And so it is, and so it is. Namaste. Okay, darlings, I'll see you soon.